Hello everybody, welcome to my weekly pause discussion. Sorry if I look like a mess right now, I just came back from rock climbing, so I'm a little bit sore and tired, but that's okay. So my experience with Symbaloo. I have multiple opinions about Symbaloo. I think it's a really good website if you want to share a link with different types of resources, meaning that is a good way to share a link that connects you to other websites. However, I did find it a little bit difficult to create a gallery with the name tags. I think that was very complicated for me. It took me a little while to figure out how to add the proper name tags. That was a little bit difficult. However, I think it's a good website. It is very modern. It is very applicable to our times. And the good thing about Symbaloo is that it creates a link that you can actually post in websites like Google Classroom. Now, I'm going to talk about the resources that I particularly chose for this assignment. So the first one was obviously Google Classroom. The reason why I picked this one is because it saves you tons and tons of papers. It is a really good website to create your own classroom. Is basically an electronic classroom. You can add multiple peoples into your classroom. You can create folders for your students. Your students are going to have access to modification of their files 24/7. It is a really good website overall. And it works together with Google Docs. So if you have both Google Docs and Google Classroom, which if you have a Chrome account you will have those, it is very useful to correct your students, to grade your students. If your students made a mistake, you can just add comments into what they did wrong, and then they can log themselves into their accounts and fix them. The second website that I chose was Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a math website. It's a very useful resource for students that are struggling with math, or for students that get stuck with a specific math problem. They have all different topics. They have from pre-algebra, even pre-algebra, talking about like 8th, 7th grade math. They have arithmetic, they have algebra, pre-algebra, Calc 1, Calc 2, geometry, trigonometry. They have any video of math problems that you could possibly think. They can show you how to solve multiple problems. And I find Khan Academy very useful because it walks you through a step by step on how to solve any math problem. And even if you get stuck, or even if you get behind with the rest of your classroom, you can watch these videos and level yourself up. Meaning that if you don't know how to do factoring, you can skip backwards and you can check the videos on how to do factoring and then level with your classmates. The third website that I use a lot in my work, and I use this website because it's my job, is ESL Learning. The ESL Learning website is very useful. It's basically designed for teachers and students that English is their second language. They teach from grammar, they teach you how to use punctuation. They teach you the difference between nouns, adverbs, pronouns, how to properly use adverbs of quantity, adverbs adverbs or adverbs of this adverbs of quantity, adverbs of place, and adverbs of situations, things that are a little bit more complex grammar. They show you how to do sentences using this type of materials, and again, it levels up students that are struggling with the English learning part of their education. And the most important thing about this website is that it introduces the student into the English language without the necessity of translating, which is a huge part in the learning process of a ESL learner. The fourth website that I chose was called Algebra Generator. That's the name of the website. This website is used by math teachers in the Billings School District, especially high school teachers. Basically, what this website does is it generates math problems for teachers to print, and instead of like designing a whole bunch of problems by themselves, they give teachers the option to just go on this website and print these problems. And not even print, like again, if you have Google Classroom, you can just add them into Google Docs, and you can add them into Google Classroom, and then that way they can solve them in the computer even. So this generator is perfect website for high school teachers and middle school teachers, which don't necessarily have a lot of time to create a brand new problem exam for their students. The last website that I chose was Prodigy. Why did I choose Prodigy? Because Prodigy is a great website for little kids. It's basically a game-based math website. What it does is it gives kids from ages from 6 to 9, 6 to 10 years old, they give them problems, and if they solve a problem, there comes a little wizard and throws a spell to the other player, and all of this is shown in the screen of the computer, and they get all excited. Oh, I beat my partner and I got that many points. And it's a good way of keeping them concentrated in doing math problems, and also gives them a little bit of a chance to play a video game, because kids love video games. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking forward to answer to any of the questions and answer on your posts as well. Thank you. Have a good one.